So we're moving on to the query section of queries, getting some of our questions out of the way. What is something you'd like to see more of in LGBTQIA Two-Spirit Plus culture that you feel is lacking?
I think just you reading that and including the 2S part, the two-spirited part, is something that our community needs to do a better job of, and like actually saying the whole acronym, the 2S LGBTQIA plus, because you need to include. It's called inclusion for a reason, and just saying LGBT does not include queer. Saying just LGBTQ does not include the individuals who are intersex or our allies or any of the plus part. And then not saying, and then not including the 2S in front of LGBTQIA plus leaves out our friends who are two-spirited and leaves out a whole like cultural chunk of people that are honestly
Foundational.
Amazing and foundational, and like it is such a cool thing to learn about. I've got to know a few two-spirited people, and it's really cool. Their culture just does a really good job of like understanding that people are not always one or the other. Like they are two-spirited. They have that divine feminine and the divine masculine inside of them. And I think our community just needs to do a better job of making sure they include everyone in their everyday language. And notice I didn't mention straight people in there because they're not a part of our community.
But the A is for asexual, not ally. I stick by that.
Well, I think that the A can be both.
Okay.
I always thought it was asexual.
I think that there's an ability for allyship to be a part of the community because I believe allies are an important, integral part of our community.
I think they can be in plus.
Yeah, they can be in plus too. Because demisexual is not included in LGBTQIA, you know that. So I'm part of the plus.
I'm part of the plus club. Are you a part of the plus club?
Yeah.
Sorry.
In short, you're just saying like everybody's welcome and these voices need to be heard a little more in the community.
Yeah, and we need to get some two-spirited people on here.
Yes, definitely.
Two-spirit, that's something I recently actually like learned a lot more about because I had never like met somebody who was, or that I knew at the time was two-spirit, and I was like, I had someone explain it completely, and I was like, it was like a whole new world. I was like, I didn't even know. Like,
No.
I was like, thank you so much. I didn't know this existed. This is so cool. There's just so many that like I love like just being introduced to new individualities. It's so cool to see how people express their the freedom of just expression. I know a lot that we've talked about in other episodes too, but I do like the cultural aspects that we can bring with the queer space as well.
Yeah.
Like with our episode with or y'all's episode with
Chris.
Chris. I loved that episode. That was a lot of fun to do. I was behind the camera, but I was like,
I
was like,
her so much. Shout out to Chris at the monthly. We love you. They're actually up for an award.
Oh my God.
For the Rainbow Awards. They're up for the sex education award.
Of course.
So y'all go vote. So our queen, Miss Chris,
Of course there are.
gets that award because
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to their period poverty event, but you got to go to the Advocates event.
And that was kind of going to be my answer to the question of what I'd like to see more of in the communities is mutual aid. Because that's something that she is incredible at. Her organization, her and Dom's organization, Ink Advocates, we've talked about it on the podcast, but they basically gather resources for period poverty. So this was a period product drive for tampons, pads, hygiene products, etc., that people can just kind of stock up and get what they need in a safe space and get more education about like where they can find what they need and reach out to communities and groups that are going to be able to help them along.
Yeah.
So I think it just like organized, focused, like, okay, we're going to like do a thing that's going to make an impact in our immediate neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Is something that is a lot more doable than people realize.
Yeah.
And all it takes is just that little bit of willpower to do it, you know?
Because it's not, she does a good job of it's not for the whole country to like magically get on the boat and like do this. She's doing it for the community that she serves.
Yeah.
Each individual.
Yeah, I don't mean to say all it takes like it's easy. It's definitely something she has to like
No, it's a
work and
superpower.
build. Yeah, it's something that not everybody can do, but like she just applies her whole like self to
She's a mover and a shaker.
yeah to making those changes, and that we just need more people like that always in our community. There's never enough of that.
Yeah.
I would honestly add to that as well is like honestly just seeing more community organization outside of the specific Oklahoma City areas.
Yeah,
Like I always wonder is like, is there a community outside of the OKC or Oklahoma district that
right.
Like-
Like the metro
like
area.
like Edmond gets there sometimes, but
Yeah.
like I'm talking like these I don't want to use the analogy I'm thinking of, but these hole in the wall towns like Muskogee and like Yukon, like I would love to see just like organization where we come out. I mean, I'm not trying to roast no one's
You naming Yukon like it's a small place.
no, like you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're like
You don't know if there's
a pride
Yukon
event,
pride.
like
Right.
a
Well,
pride
there's
event or
that rural Oklahoma
Rural
Pride
Pride,
group
okay,
that
yeah.
will like tour around different
That's-
towns.
awesome. I did not know that existed.
there's
That's
a
exactly what I'm
Rural
talking
Pride,
about.
Oklahoma, or something like that.
Yeah, they'll go to different like small
That's
towns in
awesome.
Oklahoma
And keep
and
priding.
be like, okay, this is this will be this town's first official pride. We'll fund it. We'll raise it.
Yo,
Like,
hire me as security. I will pull up. I will.
Yeah.
I will protect. I will be there.
They're on Facebook.
That's awesome. I didn't know that was a
Um,
thing.
Ada is a really, really surprisingly like big population of queers.
Yeah.
And they have a pride event that they do.
yeah.
I'm sure most of these towns are. That's the thing. Is just like.
Well, it's a lot of repressed,
That's what I'm saying.
non-identified
Right.
But
people.
as soon as you like see a parade like of
Mhm.
people who are like doing what you wish you could do, it like sparks something. And it like it starts a change.
it either sparks a positive or a negative reaction.
I mean, reaction is reaction. I mean, a negative reaction is the byproduct of progress. I mean, maybe their kids will see how angry their parents get about it and be like, I don't understand, and go look it up and then try to understand it. And then guess what? Now you have a new generation of that family who woke up.
Mhm.
I mean,
Get woke, bitches.
yeah, whoa.
If you get woke, you don't gotta stay. If you stay woke, you don't gotta get woke. There we go.
Is forgiveness possible for people or systems that have erased who you are? Or does healing require letting go of them entirely?
Yes, I mean, I think that partly, I guess it depends on what you mean by forgiveness or what your individual definition of forgiveness is, because I don't necessarily think that you have to associate with someone you forgive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is for the self.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
So I think forgiveness in the sense of letting go of that weight or like whatever's pulling you down from that pain. Like just essentially letting go of whatever is tethering you to that person or system's impact on you. But
It's a hard question. I put
Yeah.
that in there because I knew like there are like if I was to continue, I'd be like if someone changed their mind, I would forgive them. If they like progressed in a way or the system changed,
You need accountability.
if they had accountability.
Accountability is one of the biggest
Yes.
things that, like, for me, would resound in this.
I would
question.
hope that if someone knew me 20 years ago, like 15 years ago or so,
yeah,
and I was like saying dumb stuff or being ignorant about things I didn't know, and met me now, they'd be like, "Oh wow, that person like changed," and be happy that forgiveness of some aspect, right?
And if they were to say, like, this is what you did in those years, you would literally be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That was
Yeah.
not my intention.
yeah, like
Let me show you
I'm
who I
so
am now."
sorry. I would never want to marginalize you or whatever the case may
Yes,
be.
whatever
Yeah.
whatever happens.
I would hope to have forgiveness in that aspect. Now this is all based on your interaction with that person or system, but
yeah. Well, now I think it's as far as like larger systematic like entities go, like that's just I don't think an institution or a force like, say, like a government agency or a societal norm that's being held up by a cultural, whatever. Like those things don't necessarily require your individual forgiveness.
Yeah, like parasitic companies or ideologies.
Right. Like we don't have to buy into the corporate argument that they exist as legal entities that have like the right to impose themselves on our day-to-day lives beyond just what we choose to consume.
So like Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Yeah. How the hell would you even forgive like a large corporate? What is that? See, that's the part of the question was like, I would.
Yeah.
I don't. If someone has an answer to that, I'd love
And
to
like,
hear it.
I guess you could try to forgive
Target.
or individually forgiving a bigot or like somebody who has had bigoted thoughts is different from forgiving republicanism, like conservative republicanism as a
Christian
concept.
nationalism.
Yeah, like that's not something. Even if I applied my forgiveness to it, that would just be like throwing my feelings into a void. It exists to take from you rather than to have any sort of exchange.
I would say the only part of forgiveness that I would use in that aspect is individual. Like, if someone was said in one of those systems that was predominantly made or stood on top of the soapbox to only spout hate and bring those groups down, or queer groups, or any minority group, individually, like, that's hard to say. It's like,
Yeah.
I would hope that, like, if specific people that I've met that I did not like what they said or did, denounced all that and said, I did once say this thing, I did once believe this thing.
Yeah.
I would hope that I had the core strength to forgive them.
But a lot of times that's all you, like, a lot of times people just need to, like, hear someone say, I messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's,
Here's how I messed up. And we had a moment about apologies the other day. Holding yourself accountable, saying what you did that was actually what you're apologizing for, and then how am I going to reconcile this? What am I going to do to show the person that I am going to work with this apology and actually improve past this? Because that's what apology is there for, is to say, I'm sorry, I did this to you. This is everything that I think I've done in the situation that has caused you harm. This is what I want to do moving forward to make sure, or asking, how can we move forward from
reconciliation.
this? Reconciliation. You have to repair and reconcile.
Mm-hmm. It would take not just a sorry, not just, and I'm
Oh my God, miss me with the I'm sorry.
yeah, it would take like, depending on what it was, like maybe years of, and this isn't just for me, this is for like just community too. Like, I mean, how, as a queer community, how are you supposed to, this is such a hard topic. Like, it is really, how are you supposed to create a safe community of people without having those people that were outside of that community and maybe even bigoted towards it want to join? I guess that is a really question. That's a subtopic. How would you?
It's about being curious with them. Allowing, because if they're showing up trying to get involved, having a past where it seems like they would not be someone who wants to be involved, that means they've had their own moment of, as someone would say, a coming to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
But they're coming to pride.
And also, you need to kind of let go of an expectation or a desire for retribution, because that's part of that old worldview that we're trying to guide them away from.
I like that. I like that.
Retribution is in fact an illness that is generational, because a lot of times, especially masculine energy, wants that retribution, needs that. Like, I have a drive to make them feel the pain that I felt.
Be like Jesus.
Yeah.
Turn your
cheeks.
Turn your cheeks. Paint them and turn them and turn them. If you're seeking forgiveness for somebody, or if somebody is seeking forgiveness from you, and they've erased who you are, baby, that's a lot of harm to erase somebody.
Yeah, like their core.
That sounds like
Yeah.
somebody had to go through great lengths to cause you to lose your own identity. Is it in me to forgive them, or is that something that they need to forgive themselves for? Because I will be walking away. And I don't believe I need to. Don't believe I need to tell them why I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Because if they've done so much damage to me that I don't know who I am anymore, they don't get to know who I am now. And I mean, that's some family shit for me. Like,
yeah, that's why it's such a hard topic. Is because
Yeah.
like, if you like get someone to erase who you are, like that's I would.
that's what childhood trauma is all about. Is it erases the ability for that child to grow into who they were supposed to be. They've now been created and curated into a person that their environment needs them to be. I can fully say that I was a fat kid specifically to make myself ugly and to give myself extra padding for the situations I was handling.
Nah, but you were cute though.
No, there was a big spell where I was an ugly duckling.
Ozzy's a little like you're cute.
I mean, I was cute for a child, but like, my body did everything it possibly could.
Like you were trying to make yourself unappealing.
Unappealing to other people, so that way they would not see me and want to attack. Or if they did attack, I had extra padding. And that's the real tea. Your body, you have to create and put yourself in an environment that allows for your body to feel safe and stable, and it will create and mold itself into whatever your body is supposed to look like. I did not do excessive dieting. I did not do excessive working out or anything like that. But the second I got into a space where I felt safe, my body started to shed its weight because it didn't need to protect itself anymore. I was doing that for myself. And I think that a lot of people have asked me how I lost weight. And I'm like, it's truly like I put myself in places and only put myself around people that didn't make me think about my weight all the time, didn't make me self-conscious all the time, and like allowed for me to be kind to myself and actually reinforce those things. That's why it really bothers me when people don't reinforce other people when they need it and reassure them. Like you were talking about, you have insecurities, you need reassurance around those insecurities. When someone is unable or unwilling to do that, I think that's where you're like, okay, so they need problem. They don't have the capacity or the ability, or they're unwilling to take accountability.
Blatant ignorance.
Yes, they're allowing themselves to not understand or see the situation for what it is, because it would then cause them to feel the pain that they caused other people. And that just hurts so much. And it's such a cop-out, because it's bullshit that they get to hurt other people and then expect that no one's going to hurt them back, or that they didn't do it at all.
Yeah, there needs to be there like has to be some form of like accountability, like, and whether that comes from internal or external, it doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of people, this can be correlated back to like people talk about cancel culture. Is it good? Is it bad? It's like, yes, there are some parts of cancel culture that like that's silly and stupid, and we probably don't need to do that. But the majority of the stance that cancel culture came from was that we need to have accountability of people who have an immense amount of wealth, an immense amount of fame, an immense amount of something that most people don't have, a normalcy of living. And
you can argue that cancel culture never even truly existed on its face. I mean, Louis C.K. was just at the Riyadh festival. I mean, the people who were targeted by like what they claim to be cancel culture have just do so to reap more benefits on the right wing grift.
To get more.
Who is our president? If cancel culture
the
worked,
most canceled person ever,
if cancel culture worked, we would not have the president we have today.
Yeah, it doesn't,
because that man is a 34-time convicted felon. And if now, if you want to, I didn't get to have a lot of those hard conversations with my family because I was not speaking to them. But like, I know that they don't stand for people who have felony charges having jobs. They're awful people that don't believe in that kind of rehabilitation.
Sorry for the reaction.
No, you're good. That's my reaction too. I'm like, you don't think people can change?
Okay, I'm on camera and I'm like reacting. I was like,
no, that's good. I love zooming in on people's reactions to other people when they talk, because it's like he. Anywho,
No.
I wanted to talk to them about like how they felt now that he's a convicted felon, if they think that he's still eligible. Of course, they still voted for him, so we know their answer. But like he shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's against the law for a felon to vote in this country. He did anyways, and nobody stopped him. Again, cancel culture doesn't work because it's not tangible.
Mm-hmm.
It's online. It's a virtual like if we're gonna cancel, we need to aim
it
better.
depends on what class you're in.
Cancel culture is just like honestly like an echo chamber.
Yeah.
Like, it's just honestly like we're really being genuine about it. Like it's just a way for people to feel better about themselves. Like most of the time, like, and if it's the other side of the realm, it's a way to be like proud and like feel accomplished that you were able to rile up people who are already marginalized. So it's like it's just like not effective.
Yeah, when your whole political platform becomes owning the libs.
It's like or like
And
I got you mad, haha, like it's so good, I owned you, like you said.
It's like, okay, well, we're all gonna drown.
what are some ways you feel understood and other ways you feel misunderstood? I would say that I feel understood nowadays in the fact that like my humor is present and accounted for at most times. I feel understood whenever I feel down and depressed, that like other people now notice those things and are actually very compassionate towards me. And I have a community that understands whenever I need those kind of things. As per usual, everyone can improve in that aspect as well, just being cognizant that people have mental illnesses. I do feel misunderstood a lot for my mental illnesses. I feel like people don't actually take it into account whenever they're speaking to me or talking about me or towards me, because they see that I am very good at masking and making myself look presentable and like together all the time. But like I'm a person who's been crushed in life several times, both physically and emotionally and mentally. So when someone comes at me not thinking about how my life has already fucked me over, they just expect me to take things from like a healthy person's perspective. It's like extremely misunderstanding and like hurts a lot, because it's like, oh, you're just expecting to drop something extremely big on me and me to just handle it like a normal person would. Well, I'm not normal, hon. I actually have a lot of problems, and you're basically laying a giant boulder on my shoulders and saying, it's yours now, handle it. And I'm not equipped to always handle those things as much as I'd love to be. Like I retained a lot of tools from my toolbox from the works that I've done, but that doesn't mean that I'm good at using them or that they're actually effective for me, because I'm not built the same way. CPTSD is not even recognized in the DSM-5 and it's not a diagnostic. Like I can't be diagnosed with that yet because they don't see it as an official diagnosis. Overseas in Europe, they do, and their version of things, but the APA here in America does not see it yet. I'm hoping that the next version of the DSM will be that, but the DSM is also just a cash grab. So, men in charge, that's the problem. But I would say that that's one of the biggest things that I would say I feel misunderstood, is just like when people don't actually take my life and my mental illness and my trauma into account when they're talking to me. Or they try to use it against me and say, well, I didn't talk to you about this because I know you have trauma around it. Mm-hmm. That's a horrible excuse. And it literally makes it sound like I'm the problem for having trauma. No, girl. I'm not the problem for having trauma. You're the problem for thinking my trauma is my whole story, my whole life, and going to impact me as an adult in this moment. I can be an adult if you're coming to me as an adult. That would meet you where you are. And a lot of people I have to meet lower than that's at all. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I would say both of you do a great job of understanding me, and I feel very understood when I speak to both of you, as much as people can understand me, because sometimes I don't even understand myself. But that's reality.
I want to understand someone who understands themselves. Do they exist? Are they in the room with us? Where are they?
I mean, I sometimes have pretty good understanding of myself.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'll catch myself.
I'm like uber self-aware because I've had to be completely independent. So like I've had to make all of those internal conversations and hold myself accountable internally for a long time.
Yeah.
And again, I love having this platform because it's allowing us to destigmatize conversations. Trauma conversations need to be happening. It's not called trauma dumping.
No.
If you're sitting in a space that is safe for you to do so. I am a safe space for those things. I will have hard conversations with you. If you're trying to come at me with some beef, miss me with that shit. I don't need it. I'm not hungry, okay? But if you're like, hey, I had this really tough thing happen to me, and like it happened years ago, and I've never talked about it with anybody, I need somebody to just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Meet me where I am, okay? And I'll meet you there too. It's all about being available for it, but not needing it, you know? Yeah. And not like listening to it and go like, here's how I would handle the situation. No. Some people just need you to listen and like hear you and feel heard and feel understood and like say like, that sounds really fucking horrible and I'm so sorry that you had to go through that so many times. Do you need something right now to help you feel a little bit better in this current moment? How are you feeling right now? Because I think that that's also something is that if I'm talking about something that hurts me a lot just to talk about, the question, are you okay, is always like, oh, someone's going to set me on fire.
I don't know how to answer that question.
What, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I answer with, I get pissed.
I usually
I'm not a good, are you okay person. I'm like, do I look okay? Sorry.
Yeah.
And I do these little apologies where I say, sorry, and like
no,
chuckle.
I do too, yeah.
We have to stop with that shit too.
Yeah, I do.
Because it's not a sincere apology. Yeah. And it takes away from a sincere apology. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Apologizing for things that don't actually like.
I have complicated feelings about it, but
yeah.
I say something. Well, it's like,
because it also feels, I don't know.
Slayde definitely knows, but you've probably seen it too. I'll say sorry, and it's probably a byproduct of what we talked about, like beginning of this episode, is the like a fear of harming others, or like
burdening them.
Yeah,
with your presence.
I just think it's also not always productive to like tone police yourself and shock collar yourself if you say something that you think.
Totally, I see that too. My personal favorite way is whenever it's not like if it's like oh, don't be sorry. Like if it's just super simple, like when someone does that, like, oh, don't need, like, oh my gosh, there's someone at work. She's awesome. She's so straightforward and like, she's also just fun to talk to, and she's always gets her name and just put her out there, but like, you're awesome. I'll just tell her tomorrow.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, don't be sorry. You're good. Like that right there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Done. Like I literally will probably not say it again because I'll think about it. Like, oh, why am I going to say that? It's fun.
Yeah.
Like,
because I would also be like, oh, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck. Now I feel double bad.
Yeah. Now I feel extra bad. I inconvenienced you that you had to call me out. Yeah. No, I get it. I've thought about that before. I get it.
I mean, yeah. You apologize for apologizing, and it's like, oh well, now I'm trapped in that.
Yeah, it's a little something.
Now I've apologized for apologizing, and I am sorry for apologizing for my apology.
Part of my answer,
and I guess I'm sorry for that too.
Well, I just live sorry, and that's what it comes off as. Is somebody who just lives constantly sorry.
Yeah, I would say
that's no way to live for yourself. Do you know self-esteem, honey? Self-esteem.
What are some ways that you feel? What is a way that you feel understood?
Yeah, some ways you feel understood, and some other ways you feel misunderstood.
Other ways you feel misunderstood. Especially like the last 5-6 years, I feel extremely understood in my extreme case of curiosity, like just to want to understand. The things that are misunderstood to me, or I don't have enough information to understand. I like back to our talk about two-spirited people. Mm-hmm. Like that was new to me, and like this person like fully was like excited to be like, I want to explain this like to you, and like they're matching my curiosity and like fulfilling it. Like even on a small scale like that, but even like on a broader scale of like being included into spaces that I know nothing about and want to understand. And I'm fully like, hey, like this is something new to me. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I want to know what I can do here. And being like welcome with full arms, and like that is something that makes me feel understood, because I'm just a very curious person. I tinker on the weekends, like whether it's physically or like mentally with people, just to understand a different way of thinking. Or like when I was a kid, my favorite one, this is so, when I was like young, my favorite show was Sunday Morning. Like I would get so excited at like age 7, 8, 9 to like just like see Sunday Morning pop on the television and watch it with my family. And it could be, it's like
like a news-ish kind of like.
All I hear is Maroon 5.
If you heard the trumpet like intro, you would probably.
It's like the Today Show, but like PBS for grandmas.
Yes, yeah, but it's like every episode is like something completely new and random, like.
Like this.
Yeah, but this.
Like NPR on TV.
Yeah.
I'm sure I had seen it before.
It's awesome, but that is how like I've just always been, is like super curious, and you know, I've been misunderstood in that aspect where like I want to understand like someone's personality or their what makes them them. That's something new to me and that I don't understand, and I could delve into some topics about that, but we'd be here all day because everyone's new to me and I love understanding everyone. So and I've been misunderstood where like, you know, they felt attacked and because of their own personal experience of people questioning them, and I then come back and like, I'm sorry, I like didn't mean to, like I totally was curious. And
Which I mean, we've had. I can think of a specific person who's just gotten upset because you've asked too many questions.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like
bad, and I want to help and understand.
It's because I'm curious. I'm just trying to learn.
And I'll mess up. Like I will try to understand. I'll get it wrong, and I love it when people have that like that forgiveness in that aspect and grace to just want to explain it. And they don't have to have that. Like I'm not expecting it, and nobody should expect that. But when they have it, I'm like, oh my god.
Wait, should I expect what?
Grace. I don't think
we should expect it, but I think it's something everyone should give. I think it should be something I shouldn't have to expect because it should just be given.
Yeah, I get that.
Because, girl, that's to the question of earlier of what the community needs more of is grace.
Yeah, no, I get
Oh my God, it's grace.
Yeah, and that's honestly like I felt the most grace in this community I've ever felt. And
same, but it's still lacking.
It's still lacking.
Yeah. It's better than one, but doesn't mean it's perfect. Progression, not perfection.
It's and the way I probably feel the most misunderstood is probably family drama and trauma. There's definitely some core people in my family that I understand and I want to be there for, and I want to uplift them the way that I have been uplifted by them in my childhood. And unfortunately, they're stuck and they cannot move from this stuck place and have sealed the gate. And I'm just on the other side, and I'm just like, I have to like, I can't watch this happen. Like, so I have to walk away, and that makes me feel extremely misunderstood. Like having to walk away from a family member or friend or loved one that is a core tie to you in your childhood experience, that you have to almost just sadly, I don't want to say give up, but stop mentally exhausting yourself and your energy towards all the hope that you have for them. And it is honestly like a death. It is the worst thing ever. So hard. But I definitely feel misunderstood in the sense that from that specific case where they think I'm giving up on them, and I'm just like, they're too much. And it's like, that's not the case. It's more of you're unwilling.
And you have to protect your own peace.
Yeah, you're unwilling.
Yeah.
You're unwilling to give me the time of day and the care that I want to give you. I'm sure other people in this room and other people listening have had people like that where they're like, I want to give this person all the care, all the love,
I
And
want
all
to do
the
everything I
energy.
can to make sure you're healthy, but you're not doing anything to make sure I'm healthy.
Or that you're even healthy, and I can't be your sword and shield at the same
Yeah.
time all the time.
I
You're
can't spoon food you.
shining armor.
You've
know?
got to eat yourself.
Yeah, that's something that I've been always working on. Is that I know I have a fault to this. This is just being a knight in shining armor, wanting to always help other people and fix their problems, and we have that in common. And
Yeah.
it's hard to break that. Like it really is. You kind of just gotta like literally, in some cases, like some of the people you just gotta pretend they do not exist anymore. But they
Yeah.
will not face themselves, and it's like a death.
Especially for like, sometimes it's just a certain amount of time you have to kind of fake their death in your mind.
Yeah, it sounds
And then
awful.
they come back,
saying
but
that.
then it's like that version of them is gone,
Mhm.
and that's okay because both versions of the version of you is also now gone.
Mhm.
You have to learn from your past without repeating your past. Again, progression, not perfection. Because I am just as guilty of reliving my past.
Yeah. And we all, and this comes back to the whole holding space for people who don't share those values.
Holding space.
Oh, thank you. I was like, what is going on?
Emerson, thank you.
But like, it comes back to the holding space for people who like are set to like want to destroy the communities that you cherish or love or want to build up. It's like, if that person's your dad or your mom or your brother or sister, it's so much harder to break that cycle of just allowing them space
Yeah.
if they're just taking it up. And it's so difficult sometimes. So if anyone's out there listening and you have someone in your life that you just hold space for and you know that it's taking it up and it's just there holding weight for, because you're holding it because you're like, if I let go, they might let go and be done. I mean, honestly, just save yourself. Just do the best. You've done the best you can. And if they don't see that, that's so sad for them. But don't go down with them. Don't sync with them.
That part, that's codependency.
Yeah, do not sync with them.
We do not do codependency in this house.
Love them without seeing. Love them without hearing them.
Yeah.
That's all.
How do you feel understood, Henry?
So I guess I feel mostly like seeing it understood through my art, and as an artist, I guess mostly lately, even through the last couple of years, I felt more validated as an artist through the queer community specifically than I am just through any other channel or through any other like experience, I guess. I mean, as soon as I started surrounding myself with other queer creators and other like queer artists, creatives, I started to kind of figure out, and that's when I started to come into my own crafts, like stylistically, aesthetically, and as far as like what I wanted my goals to be as an artist and as a creator. Those things really started to click together when I started to get more involved in the queer community around me. So that's probably the way I feel the most seen or understood. As far as misunderstanding, like probably like you mentioned, just the neurodiversity aspect angle, I think that it's hard for me sometimes to kind of get across the way that my emotional or like even logical processes work, just because they're so foreign to other people's experiences or just wiring. And I know that like there's plenty of other people who probably think similarly to me, and there are others out there, and I've made connections with people who I can find, similar wavelengths with, and that's why, we click pretty well, and that's why, like, I have the support system that I do have, because, like, I've been able to find people I have similarities with. But it can be, like, mental illness in and of itself can be isolating, just as an experience, even if you're, like, not alone or whatever. Like, it's hard not to feel that way when you're in the throes of it, especially when you're manic or dysregulated, or when you're traumatized or spiraling. Like that's like those moments that I take myself away from myself, I think, because then I have even less understanding for myself. Like I said, you get in those pockets of reality where you don't really have any like clear direction. So it's hard to even kind of express yourself in an accurate way. So I'm still learning how to do that, I think, but it's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for your journey to figure that out. That sounds so like interesting, like a really big struggle, but I think better for it. It will be such a cool ending. See, I don't understand fully, and I would love to.
Yeah, and I mean, I have like some like coping tools in my toolbox that I can use. Like, I have my like foundational like logic and self-awareness and like kind of ability to center myself in my own core beliefs and my own primary knowledge of who I am and what I believe. I have an awesome support system of people who I trust and who I've created great relationships with, and that's kind of the main thing that you have to do is build those relationships up and make sure that you have people who you can trust when when things kind of start falling apart.
I have a struggle when it comes to like those moments where I feel the world's weight again and like I break down and am like bawling my eyes out and feel so alone.
Mm-hmm.
I have a self-sabotage technique that my brain does. This isn't a good thing, just letting everyone know before I say it, that it will basically cut me off from any knowledge that I have of other people who care about me. Like it will, especially if I don't have my phone in front of me, like I fully think that no one else on this planet cares about my existence. And like my brain will fully shut and envelope itself into this like bubble of darkness that's just like constant berating of all of the past patterns and thoughts and things that were drilled into my head. Especially like if you and I have a situation and I'm not even I can't come to you because we're frustrated with each other. Like if I can't come to you, then my brain's like, there's no one else, which isn't true. And that's where like I'm able to bring myself back because I can start to recognize what truth is in the situation. And like, I know my own worth. I know I have to tell myself, if this is the situation that's going to be going down, I'm worth more than this. My value is higher than this. Like you have to tell yourself that you're worth more than what the pain that you're going through is. And it's really hard to pull yourself out of those situations.
Yeah.
But that it's just one of those like I think that's where my depression and stuff like that shows up is I don't often bubble myself up, but when I do, it's really bad.
What I do is very similar, but I minimize the problem. Like
I maximize that problem.
No, like
it's the biggest problem ever.
I'll just like if I have a really rough day or something, I will like find an excuse to minimize it in some way. I'll be like, oh, well the day's over and it's work, so I don't have to take it home. No, forget about it. Anyways, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Which can be true in some aspect.
Healthy work-life balance.
Yeah. But like in other aspects, if it's like someone I care about said something or we're at odds with each other and we're just not really coping well with each other or something like that, I'll like internalize it and just like be like, I don't know, it's whatever, I mean, I don't know what to do about it, or, I used to at least. I would say I've gotten a little bit better at it, but time will tell. Time will tell.
Time can solve them.
Yeah, time will tell. Practice. I'll like minimize stuff like that all the time. It's things that aren't what other people have done to me, but what I've done to myself.
In response to what?
Yeah, or even that, from like past trauma. Like if I do perfect example, if I am working on a project and I plan it all out and I'm doing a really good job trying to make sure I'm padding the walls from failure that I might possibly have, but the failure is still too overwhelming for the walls to contain it.
Yeah.
I will like itself like minimize how much it made me hurt or feel and be like, oh, well, there's always next time. We're all, well, I mean,
desensitized.
It's only a little money to fix this or that. But really inside I'm like, I messed up. I failed. Like, I don't know if I can do this again. How am I going to recover from this failure? Will I learn? Like,
so you're not allowing your external reactions to meet your internal.
Yeah, mainly
you're not validating yourself.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I do this nearly as much, but I do catch myself sometimes doing it. But what it does is it externally, it masks into a facade for others to feel more comfortable, and not have to deal with like the burden of having to give grace and comfort. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, they have their own problems. Yeah. And I gotta be there for them because I'm the knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
And in not.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes you gotta take
all
that
the
armor off.
time. Yeah. And like, I'm only saying this because I'm sure there's somebody
I'm sure
in this room
What?
that can understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, that is hard.
The ghost recorder understands.
Yeah. What's up, man? Yeah, that's that guy.
So we probably have time for one more question.
Sure.
Do you want to rock, paper, scissors for it? Who gets to
Or
choose?
do we just want to wrap up?
We could do one more. I think
rock,
one
paper,
more is
scissors?
good. I think what we can do is use like that first 30 minutes or so that we didn't necessarily talk about in queries as more of like a Substack.
Yeah. We can cut it up. Cool.
What are we doing?
Rock, paper, scissors. Who gets to choose the next question?
Oh, the final question.
Yeah, the 3-person rock, paper, scissors?
Yes.
Okay.
It's two rounds.
Three or on shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, I'm out.
Okay, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fine. Who gets to choose?
Damn. I
Damn.
lost so fast.
Who's meant to be?
The universe said, not today, Satan.
Who's meant to be?
Oh my gosh, I also briefly talked about generational trauma. But I will want to talk about her.
Is it generational trauma?
Chanel trauma.
I was like, I thought I heard you say something different.
Yeah.
Was that like
That was my drag persona.
Oh.
It's generational trauma.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That is such a good
She's
name.
cunty. I did not know that she lived inside of me, but she's a.
I was
she's a
expecting
hoot
you to
cat.
say it's like a new term that's like in the psycho world. I was like, the psychology world. I was like, oh, you tell more.
No, generational trauma is just my drag persona.
Okay, so I was going to do my first one if you're okay with that, just because it's kind of a happier one to end on.
Yes, I like this.
So what is
Good plan.
what is one of your favorite things about your local queer community?
Think positive.
Whoever comes up with one first goes, because I need to start. Because we will have.
I'm really just grateful for the drag scene that we have here. I mean, Era is one of the shows that I go to regularly here, hosted by Tapatio and their cohort, and it's one of the best. Yeah, I don't
Their
know,
house.
Their house, and it's just one of the most exciting, just fun shows that I've seen in town, and it's just really cool to see the ways that drag is evolving just here in the city, and how it like the way drag culture varies from city to city and from town to town can be just so like even Tulsa and OKC have very different drag scenes.
Very.
And OKC is really coming into its own with this just kind of like raw punk, like feral, like
We're pissed off.
yeah, like just this like really high octane vibe is like just kind of coursing through our vibe, like our
Wave pool.
Yeah, through the drag wave pool. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that, and I know there's a lot more planned in that direction in OKC. So I'm excited to see where our drag scene goes.
Yeah, I would say that mine would be the way that the queer community here shows up within like almost every nonprofit, and we're now in city council. Where like we here in Oklahoma City are trying really hard to like actually put queer people in a place where they can spread more love and show the community's power and like support our community from the inside. James Cooper, being one of our local council people, has done a great job, just period, but also of going to queer events, making sure that their queer identity is known to the world. They're not shying away from it and hiding behind walls to like, you need, like we need the community, and our community here has done a very good job of speaking out and being forward with who they are. I think it's because we're so radically we're such a radically red state that we have to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
And that means doing radical acceptance and like being ourselves to our nth degree, and like discovering ourselves in such a quick, fast-paced way that honestly it's harmful to us to have to rush through.
Yeah, there's burnout involved.
Oh, lots of burnout involved because there's a whole conversation I can go down about that.
I was just thinking.
I was like, burnout. Woo! But like it's our community here in Oklahoma City has been trying so hard to break out of the mold that has been set before us. I think it's again that Gen Z cycle breaker kind of mindset. Like we are all fed up and tired, and I think that our queer community. I don't want to separate generations from generations because I don't necessarily know everyone's age, but like we have a very good variety right now of different walks of life starting to represent our community in bigger spaces and in bigger voices. Kylan running Pride Alliance, like Cunty. Like I'm able to be proud of people because I can see them doing their passions and their work, and that fills me with joy. I get that queer joy as soon as I see a queer person in a place where they're speaking and everyone's listening.
Yeah.
Because again, we're often the unheard, the unseen, and the unwanted. So seeing people who are doing the opposite is very inspiring to me. And I think our community here in Oklahoma City and in Oklahoma in general, I don't stick around the Tulsa area enough to know how their queer community really operates. But I know here in OKC, we've been trying really hard to break out of the bubble and like have podcasts and like do different artistic things that like Oklahoma isn't always known for. But we do have a lot of very successful artists from Oklahoma. They just don't always like remind people they're from Oklahoma because they know Oklahoma is Oklahoma. But we're all the Oklahoma up in here, okay?
Yeah. You talked about the radical side of it being a big change, and I totally agree. Mine really resonates with both you guys. It's like maybe it was from how the area I grew up, or my family was pretty outspoken for the unheard, but even with that, at least in my timeline of life on this earth in Oklahoma City, it has become like quadruple radicalized. Just like the queer district, like the size it's grown, it's not even like, I wouldn't even quantify it as a district anymore, because like now it's just houses painted like up and down the blocks, and like the amount of,
it's not just in one spot.
Yeah, it's not like people that are queer or supporting queer culture behind a wall, a facade, a mask. It's now like the mask is like slowly coming up, and it's kind of just like coming up faster and faster every day. And just seeing more diversity in the crowd of rallies and of events, of all walks of life, where like even just like 5 years ago, when I attended my first rallies, it was like small get-togethers almost of just like 20 people, which that's a good amount of people, but now it's hundreds. And that's the same like rallies, and it's just really, it's grown so much that it's my favorite thing. It's just my favorite thing of seeing people who are loud about it. As what I'm trying to say is like people who have become radicalized towards the motion of change for the good of all.
Sorry, she was just so cute.
She
like
said,
slowly crawled out.
She said 2-hour podcast.
Knocked over, rolled her shoulders a little bit more. She's so cute.
She's being radical.
Radical me.
Was that our cue to? Did you answer?
Yeah. Mine is. I love how.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, you did. I just was making sure.
Oh, okay. I thought I started, but yes. Okay.
I think you did.
Mine's just how radical people are. I love seeing people who don't like. I love seeing the lack of fear of being outspoken. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like
We're no longer afraid of the punishment.
yeah. Oh, you're gonna
From
ban
NC.
books at our library. Guess what? We have a ban book section.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to like have people come to doorbells and rip
We are
pride
reading them
flags
where they
off.
are now.
Oh, guess what? We're posting the doorbell video online, and now everyone gets to see how bigoted you are. Just like how loud people are like, oh, you're going to be loud about this? We're going to get louder.
You got to be mask off.
Yeah, it's so empowering to see people stand up for those who are marginalized and don't have
Everything.
that community, and where people are building that community. And getting to just witness it alone, but be a part of it is just so cool, and it's very inspiring. It's hard and it's scary.
And face your fears.
Yeah,
Face your fears, even the ones that are not physical.
It's very It's a lot of emotions. A lot of
Yeah.
emotions.
Well, we are going to wrap it up here.
Yes.
I will just give you all a little bit of a sneak peek as to what the drag episode will be like. I already kind of described it in the beginning. But Miss Generational Trauma will be making her podcast debut for that episode. We're going to discover lore together, everyone.
I'm gonna have to be behind the camera on that episode.
Yeah, probably best.
Because I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I literally. So
I haven't seen you in drag only once. So, and I remember being like, it was really inspiring and cool. So I'm excited.
when was that?
It was.
I'm curious because I'm not, to my knowledge, this was the first weekend I did drag, and like wore a wig. Just I never worn a wig before.
Oh. I don't think you wore a wig for that one. So, but I don't know.
I just serve cunt all the time.
That's
I just go to the club and dance like I own the place.
I mean, I guess what do you classify as drag? Is it only when you wear a
Well,
wig?
It's not.
It's more costuming.
We're all born naked and the rest is drag. So everybody is always doing drag. But this weekend I was specifically doing a drag race themed competition show kind of vibe. I did in fact get third place. My entire goal going into it was to not be the pork chop, which is the first person out of RuPaul's Drag Race in like the entirety of the show. Her name was Pork Chop. So now the first person out of the season is in fact called Pork Chop, the Pork Chop. I didn't want to be that. So beat that goal. And then during Big Brother last year when we did that competition, I was third out. And so I just wanted to beat that. I actually won the third week's challenge, which was the design challenge, and I designed a cunty dress with my two helps. Well, actually, my partner, and then we had a help. And we created Xena. I'm telling you a story. We created a really cute like dress skirt combo with a fitted sheet.
Ooh.
We were the only one to use a fitted sheet, which is why I was like, we're winning. Because if we're the only one that did this, we're winning.
See, I'm uncultured. I don't even know how you would use it.
I'll show you.
I'm excited.
I'll pull up the receipts. Okay?
See, I wouldn't even know how you would. I just see it and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I like that.
We even had we created, and we only had a sheet set, like 2 pillowcases, which we only used one of them, and then a fitted sheet, a top sheet.
You and Sammy are both like the ones that teach me all about like clothes.
You could tear away trains.
Sounds.
It
See,
was
I don't
so
even,
good.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so good, girl. It was so good. We won that challenge, and I said, okay, I can do this. Then I won Snatch Game, which if you all at home know how hard Snatch Game is, I won that shit, okay, as Scooby-Doo with a wig on.
That's awesome.
And I think the mentality going into a competition like that is I'm not here to win, I'm here to have fun and do my best. And I live by always doing my best. Like I will always try my best, whatever that best looks like in that moment, because that's all you can do. I had a great time. Snatch Game was hilarious, but really difficult. But I won, so I felt good about it. Yeah. So you all will get a little bit of a glimpse into who Jenna Ray was. She has a southern accent. It's literally just me with a red wig, and
Don't spoil it.
well, but
You're spoiling it for me.
I'm just trying to
I'm
tell
being
the people.
selfish. I'm sorry. It's not that serious.
I'm just trying to tell the people that they can't expect like a full Well, there was a bit of a transformation actually.
Let them be surprised, like
Yeah.
I will be. Like I'll be.
Let's just say Drew Paul was continuously telling people that they unleashed a demon named Generational Trauma. So I'm like, yeah, I'm the reason your granddaddy comes up in your mind every time you do something silly. It was fun. I had a great time. Carmen Devereaux will be putting me in drag, so she'll be doing the face. So I will probably not look the same as the Jenna Ray that I did. But it was so iconic that in our makeover challenge, I just copy pasted it onto someone else's face, and I was safe for it. So they liked Jenna Ray enough that they were like, "Ooh, I see that. That's just." Her name was Berta Ray. She was my mother. So it was so funny. Oh my gosh. I have confessionals I can show you. We can't show the world because they're private for that. Because
pastry. No.
I would have to get permission from Drew Paul herself. Which I'm sure she would be fine as long as I'm the only one in the video. Because Anywho, thank you all so much for watching this very random, very insightful and deep episode 14 of Queeries Pod. This is an Any All production. We are the Any All team. If you are interested in working with us on a project or just on set or with ideas, please hit us up. Let us know. We are always looking for creatives who want to create things with us. And that doesn't have to mean only young people. As you've seen with Bob, our last guest, it don't matter. You could literally be whoever.
Young soul, old soul,
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
person.
You do need to be an adult, though. Preface that. I will not
Over
talk to children
18.
on here.
Over 8
Was it bad as would be like over 21? You need to be
Over
able to buy a
20.
drink if you want to sit in this chair. But that's not fair.
What?
That's not fair. Because 18-year-olds can vote.
We can't be ageist. We can't be ageist.
You can't be. That's your prerogative, huh? I'm just
No,
kidding.
I agree. 21 probably is smart. No.
I don't think we have to necessarily look at age, and we look at the person's maturity level. Anywho,
What's your credit score?
we can
Let us know.
we can cut all of this in post.
Yes.
Thank you, Ty, for editing this very long video. I love
Thank
you so
you.
much, and
If you want to cut it in half and send it to me, I will help.
I love you, and I'm very thankful for you and everything you do for me and for yourself and for the pod. So, good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Food. That was the thing.
That's just what RuPaul says.
Don't fuck it up. Part.
Well, everyone, thank you for joining us for another episode of Queeries.
Catch us next time where we'll be doing drag and other things.
Yeah.
It'll be a really good episode
I'm excited.
It's wild.
if we can get it filmed.
Stop being sick.
Hey, I was only sick once. Someone else has just booked it. Listen, drag queens are booked and blessed here in Oklahoma City, so they're really hard to get
No.
on schedule.
She's fun. We can't
It's
be
my
sick.
fault.
No, we can't be
It's my
sick.
fault. You hear that, everybody? It's my fault.
I'm gonna be behind the camera for that episode.
Please don't. I'll slap a hoe.
I'm gonna come sick. I'm gonna bring the flu.
Please don't. I don't need to be sick again. No one can replace. Well, now I have another shift at work.
You do.
Another shift supervisor. Shift lead.
Oh, so you don't have to do the back weekends, open and close.
Oh no, I still do.
Oh.
I just now have somebody else who has the equal like ability to do my job. Yeah. So if I am out, there is someone who can fill in for me. Because I was like, I can't call into work. There's no one else who can be there because my boss is sick too. If my manager is sick and out and has a fever and throwing up, that means she can't come in.
Aren't you in the food industry?
Exactly.
Oh.
I washed my hands and wore gloves.
Edit this as well.
Ty's like, this is gonna take a lot.
Oh god, they're like, please no.
Stop talking. Shut up.
This has been another episode of Queeries. Thank you guys for watching. This is Ty.
My name is Alex.
And I'm Slayde, but y'all already knew that. Thank you so much for a wonderful episode, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And cut.
And that's a wrap, honey.